Hey guys, Joe Debugger here. So, like I was saying in my last video, I was going to start doing the RetroPi today. So, what I got here is I got my USB drive, and I got my SD card. So, the SD card I had, it had Noobs pre-installed on it, which is a pretty nifty little program. What it is, it's a installer for a lot of these basic Linux and Windows IoT programs. So, with it, if you have internet or Ethernet attached, then you can see all of these things from Raspbian. I think it's the Recall box. That's the kind of like the RetroPi equivalent, and then a few others as well. But in this tutorial, I'm going to be walking through how we're going to do this with re-imaging our SD card and then also installing the image of the RetroPi onto it. So with this, we're going to need 4 programs. We're going to need the Easeus Partition Manager, Win32 DiskImager, the RetroPi, and then 7-zip or something to open up the RetroPi, which will be a .gz file. So I'm going to give you a second to download that. So just pause the video. Alright, and once you get all those installed and downloaded, you can take your device if you wanted to. Plug it in. And in mine, I do have the SD card fitted into my USB device. And I just plug her in. And I know some of you guys are probably thinking that Microsoft said it was a free thing and I should activate it. Well, get off my back. This is a new laptop. Usually I use OpenOffice. Alright, I got the thing in. And the Windows 32 DiskImager did pick it up right away. One issue with this is that if you find it in here, you're going to notice that the size of this is only showing about 2 gigabytes or 1.18 gigabytes. Oh, excuse me. And that's incorrect. But with Windows, it doesn't show that unallocated space. So what we have to do here is we have to first partition it. So with this Easeus, now by the way, I dislike Easeus, but it's a very nice product. But I think it's kind of weird. It makes you launch it, and oh, it's kind of a pain. But when I first initially put it on, this is what it's going to look like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Disk 2, which make sure you're doing the right one. You don't want to accidentally delete out your main hard drive or whatever. So Disk 2 is the right one. I can tell because the gigabytes add up to the correct number. And I'm just going to delete all partitions. Alright, and now you think it's done, but it's not. In this program, you have to hit apply. Before I do that, or actually, yeah, why don't I just apply it quick? Yes. Okay. Alright, now I got this empty thing. Now, for Windows to be able to see it, or for me to be able to use it, I'm going to have to partition this to Windows 32. So, now I'm going to create a partition. I'm going to name it my RetroPi. And let's make it FAT32. And it's going to be the complete size. And let's go. Alright, let's apply that. And another thing is the RetroPi operating system. It's about 600 megabytes, so that may take a minute to download, and then you do have to unzip it. I already did that, so I won't be showing you that. But once you have that done, you can close this up, and you no longer have to use the Easeus. You can delete it or whatever. If this was your only intent to make the RetroPi, then you can get rid of that thing. Next, we're going to be selecting our device, and I'm going to reclose this just because I want to make sure that it catches my new device with the new changes. And now we're going to select our image file. Now in my case, I put in my downloads. And I've already unzipped it, which is as simple if you downloaded 7-zip. It's just as simple as going on your file, the .gz file, hitting 7-zip and extract here, which then you can see it created the file, and right here. So I created the file and it's ready to go. So I'm going to select that in my DiskImager and I'm going to write it. Yes. And this will take a little bit. It's going to go pretty quick, 16 megabytes per second, but it's a 2 gigabyte file after we extracted it. So again, let's pause our video and start back up. After that's completed, it should say OK. And then we're going to take the SD card out and put it into our RetroPi that we made. Boom. Once it's connected, we'll just plug our power in. And I'm going to be having this load on the screen behind me, which is part of my other computer system. And as you can see, a good sign is right off the bat. We're going to be getting picture. We got our RetroPi background. We had some Linux commands that we're running and starting some services. And that's really what we wanted in the beginning. After this, now it's going to bring us to a configuration page, and in my next video I'll go over some more of the basics of setting up the configurations. We'll go over doing the controllers and some of the other basic functions. So stay tuned, and Joe Debugger out.